What is going on, guys? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with yet another video for you all. You know what we're going to talk about today. That is ticker symbol ZOM, and also we're going to touch on Jaguar Health because some news did drop. Ticker symbol JAGX. Now, before we get into that, thank you so much for everyone that has been supporting the channel. I know the market has been red, but I think we are slowly but surely starting to see positive momentum in the overall market moving forward. So let's hope this continues. I do want to give a quick shout out to the Webull affiliate link that I have below. As you can see here, when you open a Webull brokerage account between the 2nd of February and then till tomorrow, the 31st, you get a free stock valued between $2.50 and $250 just for opening an account. And if you make an initial deposit of $100 or more, you do receive a free stock value between $8 and $1,600. So get your free money before this deal is over. Then I know new deals do come out with Webull, but I think this one here is one you shouldn't miss out on. So if you haven't already, go ahead and use this. Now, today I want to talk about Zomedica, ticker symbol ZOM. An article came out that I feel like a lot of you can probably relate to. And that is wondering, is Zomedica a buy? More so, is Zomedica a sell right now? A lot of people have been asking me in the comment section. I am not overlooking those. I try to respond to as many as possible, but I really have trouble doing so. So I try to do so in these kind of video type dialogues with you all. So what I want to talk about is this article that's published, because again, it is more of a bearish outlook on Zomedica, which a lot of you, I feel like now, because we saw the price fall significantly. And again, even today, look what happened. Right? If we look at the 1 day, it came down to $1.45 a share, where, again, we know there's a strong support line right around there, and it's touched that 145 now a third time in the last month and a half. So what happened since that? From there, boom, it bounced right back off of that, up 12% on the day from its bottom, about 11.145% or so after hours. So again, saw a little bit of a drop thereafter, but regardless, a very rather shallow green day for Zomedica. And again, that's kind of what I expect, because there's no news and a lot of us are waiting to hear from the company. I sent out the email. I'm waiting for a response because again, we need to hear something positive to continue to give people conviction on this company. So if we read through the article already today that Motley Fool published, they talk about how obviously Zomedica currently is overvalued. I do not again, I am not someone who's saying anything otherwise. Yes, the current value of the company is overvalued, but what do I believe? In 5 to 10 years, I think that this is going to be a company that is going to get a huge portion of the market share for pet diagnostics. This is only the beginning with the commercialization of Truforma. Now remember, my channel is not for financial advice, folks. Take what I say for a grain of salt. My background is that I am a pharmacist. I am a drug expert. That is what I do for a living. And I am very interested in healthcare stocks. So therefore, I put a lot of my money into the sectors within healthcare, the healthcare sector, excuse me. So that's why I decided to make this channel from the first place, is because I like to talk about stocks, not only in the healthcare continuum or sector, but also outside of that as well. But regardless, if you look here, again, I think the fact is I kind of want to just go down to what the verdict says here from the author of the article. Again, this is just an opinion. This is not necessarily an analyst or anything of that sort, rather an opinion. But right here, as the author stated, at this point, I am not convinced that a single pet diagnostic device that can operate in a limited fraction of the testing industry should have a market cap north of $1.6 billion. Right now, 1.55 in the aftermarket. Investors should know that it's best to consolidate the gains and take profits after such a spectacular run-up. I would definitely wait for commercialization results to roll out before placing too much faith in the Truforma and in turn Zomedica stock. And I think a lot of us fall on this boat. So what am I doing myself? Guys, I am continuing to hold. My entry point originally was at 39 cents a share. Between then and where we got up to, right around at $3, when we saw it past the 275, 280, I was like, well, time to make a video, backtrack, go back to that video that I talked about. I said, hey, anyone that follows me on my channel, make sure to set your trailing stop losses in case the stock pulls back 5, 10, 15%, depending on your risk tolerance. If you did so, you made some fantastic gains, including myself. But guess what? I bought back in. Currently, my dollar cost average on Zomedica in my main portfolio is at $1.80 a share, I believe, right? So again, my average cost is more than the current price. I was at work, of course, this morning, but if I saw Zomedica fall back down to around $1.45, I would have tried to buy. More shares. Maybe I should have put a buy limit order at $1.45, $1.50 even, because guess what? We bounced right off of that. I didn't foresee that this happens, so therefore I didn't even think about setting that. But if we look at the 1K to 10K penny stock challenge portfolio, again, down about 22%, almost 21.5% or so since we started, right? We see ups and downs because, again, the overall market has been kind of just struggling lately, especially the penny stock area. And we know Zomedica, for the challenge, we got in with an average cost of $2, about $200 total invested in this for this portfolio, for this challenge, but again, down about 19.41%. So, again, if you're someone who doesn't have much risk tolerance, right? You put money that you're not willing to lose. Of course, if you're down 19%, if you put in $100,000, that is a significant amount of money. But for me, again, with penny stocks, I always make sure that anything that I invest into these penny stocks is something that I'm willing to lose. And because of that mentality, I don't get this selling pressure when the stock has a bad week, a bad month, etc. Because we saw an unprecedented run-up. Look at the price action, everybody, right? We saw it. It was at 7 cents a share in November 2020. Bounced off that. We talked about it at 39 cents a share right at the beginning of the year. Since then, you potentially made up to a 500% return on your investment. If you set your trailing stop loss like I advised, you made a killing out of the stock. It's pulled back since, down 38%. But guess what? Has anything changed about the fundamentals of the company? No. People are saying fraud allegations. The company is not responding. But again, the fraud allegations, it's not even fraud allegations, but anything that's going on right now is with one of the, not even subsidiaries, but one of the companies that Zomedica has partnered with. So for me, I am not someone that's trying to beat a dead horse. I've seen people say that, or beat a dead cat. I read the comments, don't get me wrong, but I'm not affected by the negative comments or the people, the naysayers for this company, because again, guess what? You're probably a person who lost a lot of money in it, and therefore you're making these snarky comments or remarks. But if you're someone who has conviction, you see that this is a company that can take a share of the diagnostic market because they're going to continue to expand and do well. This is just getting started, everyone. $1.64. Wait for a pullback, of course. Look at the technical analysis, right? We always talk about support lines, and they do vary day to day. I love the website StockTA, and they show us here there's a resistance at $1.71, which I think, again, depending on how the overall market does, with tomorrow being, I'm anticipating tomorrow's going to be a big day for Zomedica, right? Because that was the anticipated launch date for Truforma. So I'm hoping the company comes out and says something, an article, or come out with some news update for the investors, something along those lines that's going to give us, again, that positive conviction or that positive sentiments towards our investment. So again, next support line at $1.30. So between now and then, potentially a great buying opportunity, in my opinion. So if you're someone that's looking to maybe start a position in the stock, you can wait and see what happens with the overall market, right? Wait to see what happens with Zomedica. Wait till the news for tomorrow. But again, a lot of people might be buying news if it's positive news, especially those who have higher cost averages. If you're up at the $2, $2.50, $2.75 range, right, then you're going to be looking to average down if some positive news comes out. So that's my quick update on Zomedica, everyone. Still holding strong. I'm not someone that has paper hands because I truly believe in the companies that I put my money in. And again, I don't just blindly do that, right? 39 cents a share, guess what? I have a huge risk. I have a very big risk tolerance relative to where I entered, right? So even if it pulls down to $1, I'm not going to be worried. Rather, I'm going to be looking to buy even more shares to have for myself for the next 5 to 10 years. Hopefully, as long as the company continues to stay afloat. I said I'm going to talk about Jaguar Health. I'm sorry that I talked so much about Zomedica, but JAGX. Jaguar Health announced a selection of investment bank and nominated advisor for proposed merger of the Dragon SPAC and Napo EU, Jaguar's Italian subsidiary, to help them get listed on the Italian exchange. Fantastic news, guys. Again, I'm someone that put this on our 1K to 10K challenge because I believe in the company. We are down from our initial investment. Cost average $213, down about 17% since the start. But guess what? Jaguar Health overall, if you look at the 6 month, very similar. In January, had a beautiful run up to $4, pulled back. Again, we got in at $1.78 originally, so made over 100%. If you set your trailing stop loss, congratulations. But since then, now we're actually down from the initial investment at $1.78 back in the beginning of January. So entry point wise, we'll look at the technicals, of course. So let's go ahead and put JAGX. If we look here, again, $1.62, a better entry point, $1.07, even better, 62 cents. If it ever gets there, even better. So between now and $1.96, if you're looking to potentially get into JAGX because you think that it's going to do well with their antidiarrheal therapy that they've developed, Mytesi currently being used in HIV patients that are on ART or antiretroviral therapy, very, very good potential with this stock. So everybody, I'm just here to get you guys updates on the stocks that I talked about. Right? I'm looking for new stocks every day. I didn't forget about our other babies, right? Predictive oncology, still on my radar. NMTR, it's been hit pretty hard because pharmaceutical companies as a whole, look at this, down 12.5% in after hours, right? That is pretty bothersome, down 37% from our initial investment of $1.91. Why though? I'll have to look into why that is. But again, these are companies that I'm very long term on. And for my main portfolio, now that I see that it's down this much, I'll try to identify why that is and see if I should get a better entry point to get in or be able to buy more shares as it's on discount. BHTG, BioHigh-Tech, you guys know how I feel about the company, but we're down pretty significant. Again, 28% since our initial investment. CTXR, Citius Pharmaceuticals, we're actually up 21% from our initial investment. So this one's holding strong, which is fantastic. But again, I'm hoping that we're gonna continue to see positive movement towards, for all of these stocks. Senseonics, wow, at $2.67 a share. Our average is $3.54, down 24%. I wish I could average down on these plays, guys, but I don't have the buying power for this portfolio. On my main portfolio, I'm going to look to potentially average down on these plays because I believe in them long term. Speculative healthcare stocks got hit very hard, but again, long term wise, you're not someone that should be worried, in my opinion. But if you are, decrease your risk tolerance. Get a position size that you're willing to lose. So the psychology behind it, you don't get those paper hand mentality where you feel like you need to sell. So sorry, I didn't really show the portfolio clearly, but there it is again. NMTR, Zomedica, Acasti Pharma, CTXR, BHTG, Senseonics, JAGX, and Predictive Oncology. Even on this play here, we're down about 31%. That is a significant drop. But again, long term, looking to continue to hold, not selling. Just wanted to show you guys that. I am not someone who has paper hands regardless of the market conditions. I'm someone that looks to continue to hold or average down when I can. So thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's been tough, but let's get some positive vibes in the comment section below. Hit that like button if you haven't. I've never asked you guys to do so, but again, especially right now with the fact that people are worrying so much about Zomedica, let's try to get this video out there to other people. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, everybody, keep investing.